Hi everybody, this is, I don't think we need introductions, but I'm going to go ahead. This is Joye Braun she's Cheyenne River, Lakota Nation, and she's Indigenous Environmental Network. She works for them. And then I'm Benita from Native Daily Network. And we're out here at, we're going to talk about where we are and why we're here. And I'm going to give a lot of that to Joy. I'm just going to ask her a few questions, and I'm sure she can take it from there. We're having, well, explain where we are.
Right now we're at Frank's Landing in Nisqually. We're at the Protecting Mother Earth Conference. So this is the 17th Protecting Mother Earth Conference, but they haven't happened like every consecutive year. So the last one was 2011, and we were actually planning on doing a PME, Protecting Mother Earth Conference, in Standing Rock. But yeah, this is an amazing space right now. It's run by there's the Nisqually tribe, Indigenous Climate Action from our sister organization from up in so-called Canada, and Indigenous Environmental Network. And we have Indigenous people from Brazil, from the Amazon, Central America, all the way up to the Gwich'in, which is up by the Arctic Circle. We have Maori here. There's Indigenous people from all over the world right here, right now. And we're all talking about, fighting extractive industries and protecting the Mother Earth, and about food sovereignty and all these amazing things, discussions that are happening, and it's really cool.
It is cool.
There are so many water protectors here. It's crazy. It's
Do you
fun.
recognize a lot of them?
Yeah, I recognize some of them. A lot of them recognize me. So yeah.
Is there anything that you can tell the people out there who don't know you what your experience was at Standing Rock? I mean, you stayed there the whole time. You were there from the beginning to the end.
Well, everybody that came, and everybody that contributed, and everybody that raised funds, that got blankets together, and made the phone calls when they took our water away, and when they took our porta potties away, and when they were fighting for us, everybody that shared and had an emotional vested interest in what was happening at Standing Rock, you're all water protectors. And I say that because it changed everybody. It didn't matter to me if you were there for the weekend. It didn't matter to me if you were there for months on end, really, braving the blizzards that we did. Not everybody is going to be on the so-called front line, because I say so-called because you can't have an army moving forward unless you have cooks cooking, unless you have people taking care of the porta potties and the compost toilets, unless you have people taking care of the donations, unless you have people making sure that there's security, and our medics, oh my God, our medics. But there's this whole army behind, those 300-400 people that were out there at one time, or sometimes it was only 20 of us. One time it was me and Morgan in front of Morgan County, and Sheriff Kirchmeier came out.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord. But it doesn't matter to me, because you're all water protectors. I talk about my experience. My experience is, I'm just one story in 25,000 people. I'm just one story. There are that many stories for what happened up there. And yes, I was at Sacred Stone, and when I couldn't move my teepee poles, I smelled too much patchouli. Yes, I did move over to Ochepi. But Sacred Stone had its own culture, and I'm still very involved with Sacred Stone Village, still very involved with the carrying on of the efforts that Sacred Stone goes on. Because they did things like coat drives and hat and glove drives. They've provided food for the community. Since the camp has broken up, they've done a lot of things. They continue to work. So I'm still involved in that capacity with with Sacred Stone. But yeah, I was at Ocheki, and we survived a lot. We survived a lot. Things, and when I came camping here, I made sure that I had my cot because I didn't want to sleep on the floor, and I made sure that I had my buddy heater because I didn't want to be cold in the morning. I've been cold enough. So yeah, I'm just one story.
Yeah, it's a good story though, I'm sure. I mean, I've heard a lot already. So it's just amazing that, like you were saying, it's amazing that this is going on, and all the people from all the indigenous from all over the world are here, you know, and let's talk about where here is.
Where here is, well, one, we're in Nisqually territory, but this is Frank's Landing. So this is where sort of the beginning of a lot of, you know, modern day resistance, because we've been resisting for over 500 years, right? But when you talk about modern day existence, so in the 1960s, I think it was 67, might have been earlier, this is where Dilly Frank, they started really pushing their rights to fish right here behind us, which is the Nisqually River. So there was big fishing wars that happened. The historic Bolt case came about because of that. So this is I don't know, sacred land. This is an amazing place to be. This is awesome.
And out here was also like the McLeod family was very, very prominent.
Very.
As well as the Mills and I can't think of it. Well, it's the Tycoon up at Puyallup.
Yeah.
You know, so it, like she said, it was very, very, like, it's sacred land, and it moving on. It's still happening.
Yeah, we're still fighting. You know, but we also have Wahilat School right over here, and, you know, and taking back that right to educate our own instead of having them taken away and run off to boarding schools and, you know, breaking our families apart, and being able to teach our own cultures and our language in the way that we want to teach our children. So it's really exciting that we got one of the schools right here. Of course, my kids went to Chief Lachey over at Puyallup.
Oh, they did.
Yeah. So this is a really cool space.
My kids went to Chief Lachey too. So the recent court case on the Supreme Court case on the salmon, you know, having the culverts. I think, you know, just putting it out there, is that that it's a sad thing that we had to take it all the way to the Supreme Court.
Again.
And it was a 4-4 vote.
Yeah, but
close.
At least it stays, and the state of Washington is going to have to rectify what they've done, especially with the culverts and rearranging the waterways like that, so that the salmon can go and spawn and do what they need to do. It is sad that we have to take it back. We have to take these rights again. We were just talking about this I think yesterday, that, you know, here we are, we're still fighting. It's something that should have been done, settled, no questions asked. But, you know, colonizer is colonizer. Colonizer will do whatever they can to get away with. And we just have to keep checking and being diligent.
Hey, Joy, what's your thoughts on, like, do you think that it would be, I just want to get your ideas, do you think that there should be more of us that stand up and become part of the political arena, like in our cities, and, you know, natives going and taking, like, going on city council or becoming mayor or going after governorship or to change things? Do you think that would be a good action? A good way to go? Or?
So when I talk about change, I always talk about a wheel of change, and that there's all these many spokes on that wheel. And that is definitely one of the spokes on the wheel. I talk about dismantling from within. So yeah, if they want to go and run for a state senator or becoming a governor like they're doing in Idaho, yeah, I'm all for that. It's one of those spokes. It's nothing that I would ever do. I mean, I'm not even going to run for IRA tribal council or anything. I've always said that I will never run for tribal council. But I am involved with the with treaty councils and our own rights and protecting our treaty rights. But that's me. But if somebody else feels that they're capable and can do that work and work from within colonizers' system to help change it and help dismantle it and help provide opportunities for us, yeah, definitely.
All Dallas, Dallas Goldtooth, Tom Goldtooth,
Candy
Moss sits here.
Dakota Case.
Dakota Case, the famous Dakota Case.
Okay, are we ready?
I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording? Oh, sorry.
I only just started, but you're good.